Hey everyone, today I want to share with you some of my favorite watercolor supplies. Let's go! Before we get started, I wanted to let you know that my friend Kelly has her top 5 gift ideas for alcohol ink artists, so go check it out. I'll leave the link below. Let's start with watercolor paper. So I have, first off, the Canson Montval Watercolor paper. This is 140 pound cold press paper by Canson, and this is a great paper for practicing. You can see this particular is in a spiral, but they do have just packs of paper. And this is a wood pulp paper. This is not cotton, but it is great for practice. It has nice texture, it holds up well. I'll show you some of my color swatching in here. So see, the colors are nice and vibrant on this paper. It has a soft texture. It's not very rough. It gives you nice color and texture. So Canson Montval is a great paper for practicing, and I highly recommend it for beginner watercolor artists. And then I have Cheap Joe's Art Stuff Kilimanjaro Paper. Now this is 100% cotton paper. This is for pros. Now if you're not a pro and you want to use cotton paper, please use cotton paper. I love cotton paper, and this is my favorite. The price point is great, but you can only get it at Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. But they have a wide variety of sizes, and they have, this is a sample pack of 4x6s. And it has 140 pound and 300 pound in it. So if you want to try it out, or let the artist you love try it out, because it is fabulous, this is a great professional cotton watercolor paper. Love this paper. Now let's talk about watercolor paints. First off, for a beginner, crafter, art journaler, or anyone who loves Jane Davenport, which I do, I have Jane Davenport watercolors. I actually have all 3 sets, but I would recommend the Brights palette above the other 2, unless you're painting faces and then you want to go with the neutral palette. But they have really nice colors in all of them. I'll just show you the swatches. So this is the Bright palette, but you can see the nice, beautiful, vibrant colors. This is the neutrals, which is great for faces. And then they have the Glitzy palette, which is great if you need a lot of greens and want to do some undersea painting. They have fun names, and it's great quality. I would say they're a little above student grade, that they're higher grade than student, but they're not pro watercolors. They're still fabulous, and they have a good price point at around $20 to $25 for a set of 12. Now you see I have more than 12 in here. These are from the neutral palette. I've combined mine, but it comes with 12 colors. These right here. So the Jane Davenport watercolors are fantastic. I do love them. I love the colors. And if you're looking for a more professional set, then my pick for that is Mission Gold. Now these are professional watercolors. They're made in Korea. They are fantastic. I love them. They soften very easily. They come in tubes with this palette, and you squeeze the tubes into the wells, and you can see mine is well used, and they have a ton of colors. This is the 34 or 30, it's the 36 set, and you can see how vibrant the colors are when you paint with them. And one thing that's great about these is their professional quality. They're very light fast, and they're highly pigmented, and you can usually get these amount of colors if you buy the tube separately. Would be around $400 or a little bit more even. But you can usually get this set on Amazon between $45 and $70 depending on when you buy it. So this is a fantastic professional set that you can get at a great price point. And so I love them. I use them all the time, as you can see. So, professional watercolor pick. Yes, love it. Next, let's talk about brushes. So for the beginner, I recommend the Princeton Select brushes. Now, these brushes are nice and soft and springy. See that spring? Even the small ones are springy. They do hold plenty of pigment and water, but not as much as a more professional brush. Or a brush that's made specifically for watercolor. These are mixed media brushes, but they do work great for watercolor, and I use mine all the time. They will come to a nice point. You can make thick and thin lines, and they have a variety of sizes and shapes. So that's my pick for beginner watercolors. And if you want to go a little bit more pro, then the Princeton Neptunes are fantastic. Now they're still synthetic, but they have nice spring. They hold a ton of water and a ton of pigment. So if you're painting bigger paintings, this is actually a better pick than this, because you need a bigger, hold more water brush if you're painting larger paintings. I use these all the time as well. It will come to a nice point when it's wet. When it's dry, it's a little fluffy, which I kind of like. And I love these. So they have also a variety of sizes. This is a rigger, but they have all kinds of round brushes and sizes. And you can see I have a whole variety here. And you can buy these in a set, which is also great, and a little bit more economical than buying individual brushes. I will be leaving all the links down below for you. There's shopping links, and most of them are affiliate links, which means that I'll get a small commission if you use my links to purchase. At no cost to you. You'll be supporting my channel, so I thank you in advance. So next, let's talk about white, because as a watercolor artist, we're always looking for that fantastic white. And these are the ones that I have found. Now, I didn't pick just one for this category because I use all of these and they're all fantastic. So first off, if you wanted a pen, the Uniball Signo white gel pen is fantastic. It's nice and opaque. The ink is opaque, which is hard to find, and it flows nicely and makes a nice line. I love this one. Use this a lot. And then for more acrylic, this is an acrylic, has the shaker ball, but it has a nice fine point. So the Posca is great. It's also very opaque, and you can write with it, draw with it, etc. I love it. Again, I use these all the time. If you take my Skillshare classes, you see me using these, and you know. And the other thing is the Winsor Newton calligraphy ink, which again, I love this ink. It's nice, opaque, it's the right thickness. I can use it for my dip pen, and I can use it with a brush, and it's just beautiful. And actually, if you use it straight out of the bottle, it has enough thickness that it's a little bit rounded and may add a little bit of texture. I also use it a lot with my fan brush to splatter. So this is my pick for white, my favorites. I can't live without these. Now for a little fun pick that maybe your watercolor artist heart doesn't need, but trust me, they will love it. You will love it. And that are the Canson Starry Colors by Kuretake. These are fantastic metallic watercolors. They are opaque, so you can do them on black. As you can see, this is supposed to be a black box, but it's got the pigment all over it, so you get a nice shiny pigment. I love them. I use them all the time. In fact, I'm all the way to the bottom of the well on that one. And they're just so fun to use. So if you want to get your watercolor artist, professional or beginner, some fun metallics. Everybody loves metallics. They're all the rage right now. Then the Canson Starry Colors are wonderful. And as I said, I use them all the time, and they're great. And they also have a great price point. So those are my favorite supplies for beginner and professional watercolor artists. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.